we've got a winners finals round here in Group 1 of the MetaPlays Wisdom of Thoth tournament. $1,000 are on the line at minimum, as these guys have filled up the bracket with 32 players. Absolutely bonkers. Thank you so much everyone for contributing with your presence. We've got in the blue color Lordi playing S4. And on the other side, it's an absolute menace of a player who's taken so many MetaPlays championships. Hell, he's taken entire seasons by points too. This is Kimo. Probably the somewhat contested, but definitely dominant player right now overall in this community. So great to see them both playing here. Kimo definitely the favorite by far, and this is a good map for Frozen Wastes. Very open, difficult to wall off. Home turf at the very least. Also want to thank our website subscribers for making our project possible. You guys have really stepped it up lately with some extra support, so hugely appreciate that, especially after our Halo Wars 2 update that we're still working on behind the scenes. But yeah, you get all sorts of perks for that, such as getting your games cast, getting one-on-one time with our staff for matches, as well as possible coaching, possible requests for podcasts, and so on and so forth. Check out our links in the About section and the YouTube description. So, 4. You do get pick sticker early on. You got a lot of hunt on this map, so that's something to benefit from. And other than that, maybe if you can build up to a Ragnarok, I could see a lot of things happening with that. Maybe it's just a raiding cavalry match where you try to keep Ra off of the gold mines. I mean, this one is relatively exposed. Kimo will have to respect it, but I do expect him to go for 2 TCs. This one kinda secures the hunt and the gold. Not really, but kinda. And that's good enough, often enough for Kimo. Not even sure he cares about the extra hunt, like, besides eating some berries or even just the goats, which he spread out very neatly, making sure that the villagers can efficiently move between them, and then you can just switch to farms, which he'll probably do. That's a rotated temple, I didn't do that. Spicy. Speaking of, when we're done with this series, I'm gonna go and eat a spicy pepperoni pizza, American style. Lots of jalapenos. Can't wait. But at the same time, I do wish for these games to go long and be a free game series indeed. Temple's done. We've got the one monument, and I assume that's just for Shadoof, as Kimo's about to soon reveal to us what he clicks with. We got the Veget Eye for relics. That's cheaper myth units. Monkey Head, which is, well, free monkeys. Could be either and any of those things getting picked up. Probably not for Ra, as you don't go that far out on a quest for relics. We got the Hersiers coming in. And that should be enough to push Kimo off the virus. So I do like from Kimo that he came out here to hunt. What that might be for is just to grab this TC quickly after, and in the meantime you might as well benefit from this. The Hersier will be a little bit of a problem, but not that much of one. Ptah is in, and that's a really good whack right at the moment where the H2 upgrade comes through, which makes units able to fight properly. They have like pathetic DPS before this, and the Pharaoh is actually not being moved back. Pharaoh goes down and the villagers have to be pulled. Very nice opening for Lordi. Can he block out the villagers? Does he have the resources? Oh, he does! Beautiful logos! Forest fire! Imagine! But he isn't able to get the double block done. He's not Loki. These Hersiers are not faster. And the villagers speed walk back home. Oh, nice save by Kimo. And he's still got the goatee set home, so he can benefit from that. The watchtower will be definitely destroyed. Gotta be careful with that hearse here, man. It's about to be shot by 3 towers. They would shoot him to pieces if allowed to. Okay, there's gonna be more of that. Raiding Cav as well. Not sure if you really need all these hearse here. Kimo already going up to the armory. But I would be shocked if he didn't. If he didn't get like Shadoof and stuff. There it is. Now, Norse player has map control, which means you can park all your stuff by the gold mines. It's not gonna be easy to access, but Kimo has a second gold mine at home. He doesn't need to leave his base, that's the thing. So the second TC dreams have been crushed. Obviously, that's what Kimo would have liked. He's not gonna get that. But he can still farm up the home TC once Shadoof is done, which gives him a massive discount. Once the villager pops one, we'll see how much the percentage is. Actually, I'll just check here. It's 34% reduction. Very specific number. Valkyrie getting a little low, but that's a definite kill on the watchtower. Got a hearse here for it. That's not bad. The tower is free after all, including the upgrade. Alrighty. A shared ox cart. Oh. Oh. Say no more. I'm a fan already. It's half hour, ladies and gentlemen. Who would have thunk? I mean, Kimo does what Kimo must, because he's here to win. Don't criticize the man. He knows how to win. And that's his only job today. Doesn't need to be shiny. Doesn't need to be creative. Doesn't even need to entertain us. He just needs to win. Tournaments for money. That's a lot of raiding Cav. He needs to deal with that though. That's not optional. I think he's got a decent amount of chances for that. Making a Migdol would be fantastic. He slaps it down immediately. Exposed tower definitely going down to the mass raiding Cav. In fact, I would almost wager that they could go after that Migdol in the back and threaten it severely. But they're gonna back out, knowing that it's too risky to try. Probably not gonna get the kill, and then these guys can repair it anyway. And then you're being shot to pieces by a Pistachio and the Veget and the TC and then the Migdol too. And then camels come out and then you get wrecked. So, not a good order of operations if you're the Norse. We're looping back in though, with very little healing achieved. Camel's here. Gets kind of surrounded though. Goes down without a single kill. If it was like 4 camels, I would say sure. But facing these full surrounds, you can just pull back to raiding Cav and keep healing them. And you're in for a pretty good time. Half the rain is being denied, so Lordi is playing absolutely fantastically here. Love it. Beautiful play. 12 farms and how many vills? 5? Dude, this rain is trashed here. This is no nice way to say this. It's not even getting empowered. Beautiful work by Lordi, but he's getting countered. Oh, Kimo froze to rock, dude. It's killed by the tower. And he can't even locust right now because his own rain blocks it. So unless these dwarves walk into a locust swarm or something, they should be fine. Now back to farming. There are sufficient camels to chase away the raiders, but can they deal with the Valkyries? That's a real question. There's the Locust. It's actually really nice. That killed 5 workers together with the Pistachio. Oh, they pop out of the tower and get massacred. Are you joking me? That is like 8... Yeah, 8 kills, I think. And another dwarf is about to go down. This is absolutely savage. The cavalry are getting in on this action next. And look what we have here. It's not some villagers. Unprotected, undefended. The army on the other side of the map. This is a golden opportunity to take down 2 or 3 more. Okay, let's make it 2. I guess this new one isn't reacting. It's still gonna be 2. That said, the raiders are finally chancing it. They're going for the Migdol, but there are so many defenses here. The Migdol itself is relatively tanky, so it can hold this easily enough. Several raiding cav going down, the Valkyrie too. And the camels chasing this? What an absolute disaster for Lordi, man. He's had such a good start with the rain denial and whatever. But now, Kimo has regained control over the game. And he's definitely ahead in population. 93 to 60. Yeah, that is not the position you want to be in. There's an opportunity here to surround these guys. The chariots are currently slowing down the camels, so the raiders could get ahead of it with their 6 speed, but the speed walking, man, the speed walking is just so solid from Kimo. Gets out of there, no problem. Pistachio finally take... I don't even know how many other villagers he killed, dude. These look like not dwarves. Those look like gatherer corpses, so that's a problem. Kimo heavily outdoing Lordi's economy right this second. And if you can get a good engage, oh boy. Those camels are gonna bonk these raiders for sure. Budgets! Ooh, spending our wood. Hey, they are better than chariots, so no flaming, please. These budgets are OP, okay? Literally better stats for the same pop. Ay, ay, ay. This is Kimo, man. Coming for the punish, I think. Oh boy, there's villagers here. Yeah, they have to run. Time to set up some farming economy stuff. But with 11 of these things against just raiders and a single Valkyrie, I don't think so, dude. I don't think so. Kimo's finishing his market. He's very far away from Mythic himself. I'm gonna grab a TC, in fact. But he can afford to do all the things at the same time. He can raid, he can all in, he can go Mythic soon. He can get a second TC. Dude, he just evaporated this entire group. Oh my god, he's coming in to punish the with the shifting sands. The villagers were trying to stop the TC, but it's not happening. In fact, it's gonna be yet another villager massacre. And if that wasn't enough, he's getting the raiders too. Dude, absolutely sick play. Kimo is dominating this game and Lordi knows it. GG for this first one. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. You don't wanna make this man angry or fight him at all. 70 kills to 14, that tells a story in and of itself. Yikes. Nice civilian graph. Wonder what happened here. It's the Locust. Okay, game 3 on Mediterranean. Lordi is gonna be going with Zeus in this one. A good fit for Medit. Basically, go Greek is the meta. You can go Kronos, but Kimo's gonna be picking Poseidon as the opposition. Question in the chat, is this a one-day tournament? Nope, it's a scheduled one, so people can play pretty much whenever they want, but we provide like 1-week deadlines that they need to abide to. So as long as that's done, we get the replays, we get to cast the replays like this. That is how we will cover the entirety of the tournament this time around. Well, except for some matches that are late. I kind of want to get started now. In this group, we don't have the final matches yet, so we'll do the 3 that we do have, and then that's it. There's 8 groups, so still plenty of matches. You'll see almost everything on the MetaPlays channels, and obviously the other streamers are covering stuff too. Our content partners Iron Maiden and Boyd will be probably covering some of it. I've definitely seen Iron Maiden do some of it already. So make sure to check them out, share the love. They all deserve it for sure. So, Kimo seems to be a little bit ahead in the fishing ship game. What happened there? Wasn't paying that much attention. I guess he's saving on the granary. There's no granary at all for Lordi though. It's 5. Okay. 5 on food is too much. So you need 4. 4 on pigs takes care of your villager production, but you have to be careful because your queue might stall, right? 6 is absolutely too much. Unless you're going for some hard rush. You might be rushing here, I think. But as general advice, just go for 420, 430. It's good enough. You only need 4 villagers on there, and you put like 7 or 8 villagers onto wood. I would say 7 is fine. Kimo is making do with 6 because he's Poseidon and he's got lure. Where is Aurochs going, dude? Oh. Ugh. Nasty. That's nasty. Died so far away. Definitely Kimo needed to shoot a little less. Dude, Lordi's advance time will be bonkers fast like this. It's very all in. It's gonna cut several villagers compared to Kimo, who's also really hurrying up with that. So they'll be able to support 2 docks, yeah. But not much else. Can they pull off the 420? Nope. It's already later than 420. But then, what are we doing? It's 430 plus now. Kimo is going for Ares, interesting. Oh, I don't think Lordi is expecting it. Where's the second dog going? It's very separate, that's good. Pestilence can't cover both then. Ooh, the scout is delaying it slightly. Good work with that thing. 9 of them on, 10 of them on wood and 6 of them on gold. That's pretty perfect. Well, it's very economic, so I ended up getting surprised here by actually how many fishing ships came down. Well, that's pretty nice, and I really like the sharing of the storehouse. Seems to be a trend with Lordi. He keeps finding the spots, man. Anyway, we're splitting hairs. Let's focus on the combat. That's where most of it gets decided anyway. Few seconds in advance time here and there don't really matter as much. Probably both will need to be used to even the odds a little bit against Pestilence. It's a long time of not making ship. He hits both docks. Just barely. It must have been just in range. I didn't realize that. Okay, well, Lordi is in a lot of trouble now. That's a problem. The ship count is getting a little out of control. All these fishing ships will need to be garrisoned too. So they're not gathering. And Kimo is just rising in the number of ships that he has. Already 7 versus 0. Dude, it's gonna be 8 versus 0 in a second. And he'll have idled all these fishing ships. They're pretty low health right now. Several of them are. And Bolt is used on a Minotaur, it seems. One thing Lordi does have though is a good economy, and I really like the counter harassment. Would love to see the heroes going across next to add to that. But it's gonna be a tough cookie with the ships. Like, Kimo's navy is huge, dude. It's enormous. He's got Theseus out. Should counter the Minotaur. It will take a long time for these two to get across the map. Really good pullback macro by Kimo as well, saving these weak ships. And there's the fishing ship kills. Oh boy. It's now 11 versus 10. 12 versus 10. Maybe it's okay. Kind of surprised how quickly Lordi was able to get them made, whereas Kimo is kind of blocked on resources. There's the restoration as well. Oh, that's some fully healed up ships almost now. Very nice. Kimos are rather weak, so these triremes are actually better right now. It's a smaller army that has more health in it. Could it be possible that Lordi can come back here? I think he still needs to be careful. Needs to avoid any situation of getting housed. Oh boy, there's one. There's the housing situation. He's fixing it though. Very nice. And the heroes are about to hit Kimo's main base. A little bit of a counter-offensive happening ditto. It's one villager picked off. Fighting must continue though. 16 ships. 15 ships, but these 15 are very high health. It's 16 now. Kimo will be losing the fight in a direct confrontation. He's also over microing a little. It's very important to only grab 1 or 2 ships, but when Kimo pulls them back, it seems he grabs 3 or 4, which is way too much. That means they're not shooting. You're losing that DPS. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Pull back 1. Didn't manage to save it, but that's the idea. Villagers are fighting back. They scary. Yeah, man, Lordi's holding his own. This is fantastic so far. Pushing up with these higher health ships. Might be able to actually take a fight. Would love to see him continue. He's kind of pulling back. I guess some of these ships are actually weaker than I guessed, but so are Kimo's. Like, I think you can force a fight there. I guess he needs to deal with the Theseus, which is being extra annoying. Kimo has some pretty high APM, guys, so he can micro this boy and the ships at the same time. Mostly. You don't really do anything at the same time as a human, but you try. You do things in quick succession. Oh, snipes the villagers just in time, even though the tower was here for the garrison. This is why I'm saying it's so hard to multitask. It's pretty important to disengage from the main fights where you could lose a lot more value when you try to micro the small things. Good pick off on that Vil. I like that. 20 ships and counting. Kimo is on 18. And more on the way. Doesn't have a whole lot of population right this second. How about the upgrades? He's got hand axe, pickaxe. Lordi has just hand axe, no pickaxe. Could definitely get it though. I guess the ships are a priority. He's got 24 now. It's time to strike. Little does he know, Kimo has 21, so that free ship advantage is definitely meaningful. Especially if you can pull Kimo in like that. That's a bunch of free shots right there. Very nice. But it's just so hard to count. You would have to select the enemy army and only them, because if you select your own guys, then that takes priority in your display. Kimo has a fantastic concave, oh boy. Lordi's running, he's losing several ships in this process, that's for sure. Did he just spread formation? Nah. No way. I have no idea who's winning. It's looking pretty even. I think Lordi has more ships. I wish this camera didn't jump every time I switched player. 22. Stop jumping, dude. 16. So I really like Lordi's situation then. This is nice. Like you can almost... We're almost at a point where you can stop making ships and take a TC. Just needs to keep taking this trade for the moment though. Like it's okay to overcommit a little and then go for the TC. Kimo is essentially dead in the water. Had to squeeze in a high level joke, of course. Almost gets away with that pulled back ship. It's difficult at these high numbers to actually pull them back and be successful. You have to do it as soon as they're targeted to force these forward movements. Once they're low, just let them keep attacking, honestly. You're not gonna successfully pull them. And nobody's going for the second TC yet, I think. The second gold mine is gonna be important. In fact, Lordi runs out. This might be Kimo's chance to make a comeback happen because he's already got villagers on this gold. So his production has remained active throughout, right? But several ships coming in still. That's 21 ships. I don't think Lordi has that many. Oh, it's 21 ships. Who would have thunk? The mirror matchup is mirrored. Wow. Good concave from both players. Kimo overpulling again a little bit, but he has enough ships with enough health. Oh, that pullback micro was so good on that one in the back. And now Lordi is being devastated by Kimo's fleet. I'm not sure this game will continue that much longer, especially if Kimo decides to start getting TCs, which he can absolutely do now. His DPS will so drastically outdo that of Lordi that he can even kill those fishing ships as a priority. And in fact, Lordi is going to resign. He knows there's no easy way to come back from this. Even if you take a TC, Kimo will just do the same, canceling his ships. They both had the sort of resources that requires. And with that, Kimo will be advancing into the round of 16, whereas Lordi has to go through the losers bracket of the group to get a chance. We will not be covering those games, but you can always go to the bracket on metaplays.com and see for yourself about the results. The replay pack will be shared as well. We want to thank our MetaPlays website subscribers. Your contribution helps us keep the project sustainable. As we reach higher subscription goals, you are helping us cover more and more behind the scenes costs, such as video editing. Check out our subscription page using the link in the description and remember to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.